welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to play the song He Has Done Great Things. The piano tutorial has finally come for this song. I'm going to be playing the Bethel Music John Wilde's version, and I'm going to be playing in the key of G. Alright, without further ado, this song is essentially split into two parts that you need to know and memorize, and the chords are few. Let's start out with the verse of the first part of the song, which goes like, He has done great things. So it goes like, so you're going to be playing that, and that's going to be the melody that you want to play in your right hand. And then in your left hand, you want to play essentially, these are the main chords. You're playing so C major. So C, E, G. So that's the first chord. He has done great things. And then after the second part, it goes to a G major chord, but in the first inversion. So something like that. So B, D, G. Usually a G major chord you play like, so G, B, D, but in this instance we're putting the G on top. So like that, but I play it down here. So C, and then you shift to G, first inversion with the G in the bass. So look at the chords I'm playing, or look at the notes I'm playing, and replicate that. So like that. So to make it much more simple, what you could do, just play the root in your left hand, on your left hand. So what I'm going to do is show you the simple way to play it, and I'll show you how to kind of increase the level in which you play it. Initially, the beginner way to play is C. So C in the bass. And then of course, now we've identified the first two chords, so C, then G, first inversion. The next chord is an A minor, which is the 2 in the scale, in the degree of, in the key of G. So 2, A minor. So the first chord, He has done great things, C major, and then G major. He has done great things, arms open wide, the Lamb crucified, worthy is He. So let me tell you which other notes or which other chords I used there. I went from remember we did the C major, then the G major first inversion, then we went to the A minor chord, A, C, E, and then we go to the D major chord, so it's just D, F sharp, A. So that's the first part, and you see that repeats. So we're going to repeat that again until we get it. So we're going to play, He has done great things. And I'm crucified, worthy is He. Okay, so we're going to play like that. But to make it simple, if playing chords in your left hand is quite difficult, what you could just play is, He has done great things. Just pedal it, just play it twice, and then have to go to the B. Arms open wide, and then the Lamb crucified, and then worthy is He. So we're playing C, B, A, D. So once you know we're playing that in the left hand, but not exactly like that, but those notes, those are the notes we're playing in the left hand. Then in the right hand, you want to kind of, once you kind of know that's the first part, in your left hand, right hand, you want to be playing the melody which we played. So it starts on the B. So sing along with it, it helps. So before you play the chord in your left hand, you want to play. So on this, once you get to the A, that's when you play the C. So that's when you play that. So, and then, yep. just like that, and that's the first part of the song complete. And then you repeat that twice. You can see, if you listen to the original song, you see it goes like that twice. Then the part which is very nice is the second part, which essentially goes. As high as the heavens above, great is yours, great is his everlasting love. Rivers of mercy run over us. And then after there's a part that goes dun, 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 dun. So it goes. So dun, 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 dun. So as far as, and then after the second part of the chorus goes, as far as the east from the west, he has removed all our sin. We are forgiven by his blood. So it goes like that. So once you kind of get that part of the melody, just practice that. So you can add that part extra if you needed to. After you've memorized that melody, you can move on to the chords now. So essentially we're playing the similar chords, but there's a slight change in variation. So it goes from C major, D major, so 4, 5. So essentially what we'll do after it goes to the 4, to the 5, which reason why I'm saying 4 or 5, because if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll go to the C major, and then after we go to the D major, and after we go to G major, and after we play this chord. So it's basically the first inversion of this chord here, but we put the D on top. So, and instead of having this, we'll play the F sharp in the bass. So we're going from C major, and then after this chord, which is basically this D major chord, in first inversion, when I say first inversion, you just put this root note on top. So, and then we play this down here. So, and after we play that, we go to the E minor chord. Okay, so let me do that as a whole so you can see it in context. So, as far as the C, D, G, and then E. And then after that part, we go to E, the A minor, so the 2, 5, then 1. So we go back to this one, A minor, and then D, and then back to G. And then it repeats. So we're going to repeat that once again. So back to this chord, back to the 1, and then there's a part where you can do. You can even go back to the, after you go back to the 1, you can go to the A, and then, so essentially that's A minor, the 2, and then you're playing the G in that inversion that we spoke about before. So, but the more simpler way to play it, so that you can get it down, is this way. So you want to play just one note at a time on your left hand. So you can play the melody, So that's the much more simpler way to play it. And once you've understood that and you got that under your belt, then you can now start to play the triads in your left hand. So adding more notes, adding thirds to just instead of the single notes, you can play instead of playing actually the triads, you can actually just play the first and the fifth. So you see how the C major chord is made up of, it consists of C, E, and G. You can skip the E for now instead of making it full and just make it kind of half full. So like that. Or if you're at that level where you can actually play like this, play like the C, then the G, let's play the fifth and the octave in your left hand, you can play that. And then so you can play. Alright, so that's essentially the song as a whole and as a nutshell. So those two parts there. So if we're going to recap again. So the first part of the song goes, he has done great things. And you can see what I'm doing there. So I'm playing it like this. So the actual melody note starts on. But to play it much more, cool, you can also grace note it. Like gracefully just like bounce off or roll off on certain notes. So you can so that's a cool way to do it. So to do that, you just you have to kind of do it fast. You practice it. So eventually, the more that you practice that, the more that it will just become second nature to you to do. But yeah, with time, and it will come. So, he has done great things. This is another way to play it. You can also play it like, he has done great, with a C major 7th, or that's actually C major 7th 13th, because I'm also playing the 13th up here. And you play it like this. Oops. And there's other ways you can also play it. And once you kind of got those main parts down, there's only two parts that you need to memorize. You can then eventually just go up and play however you want to play it. See, so you can play this chord. But instead of playing the E minor, like E minor, you can play the G flat, G major 7th 13th. So as far as the heavens above, he has removed all our sin. And that's essentially the song. And we can keep going on and on and on. And there's various ways to play the song in various styles. And if you want to play it in your own style, just play and practice different voicings. When I say voicings, for example, if you want to go to the 4, you can play the 4. Or when I say the 4, I mean the C. You can play the C as a C major 7th. Or I can play it's much more simple like this. Play the C and the 7 here, and then Anyway, that's my style, and I really like playing in such ways, and I really like the song. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment and subscribe, and comment down in the comments what video or what song you would like me to also do a tutorial on next. It's been a pleasure, and until next time, peace out. God bless you. Thank you for watching. Bye. Has done great things. He has done great things. Arms open wide, the Lamb crucified.